What's up? This is Steven Slate, and you are watching Mix Better Now.
Hey, what is going on, good people? Pete here with MixBetterNow.com and LearningToMix.com, and today we're going to be checking out one of my new favorite plugins. We're going to be looking at the Waves Scheps Omni Channel. Now, I just got back from NAMM, was hanging out in sunny Southern California, which is always a good time. And I actually was made aware of this plugin when I was sort of cruising around. I got to see Andrew Scheps demonstrate this at the Waves booth. I got to see him sort of go through this in his Pro Tools rig, sort of put it through its paces, show all the features off and stuff like that. So needless to say, as soon as I got back, I picked it up. So what we're going to do here today is we're going to take a look at the plugin. I'll show you the very cool features, and we'll take a listen to how it sounds. All right, so you'll see that we have it pulled open here on the screen. It's a very, very lovely GUI. It sort of reminds me of the 500 series modules, sort of in a in a software platform here. Now we're working in an indie hip hop tune here. Okay, this is the artist Ryan. And we're going to be listening to it on his vocal. Now, just to do a little bit of housekeeping before we start here, I'm going to show you guys that this song is not mixed. There is nothing going on here. The only thing that I have in all of these VMRs up top here is I have the Slate VCC. Okay, so that's all that I'm using, and maybe just the trim tool for a little bit of housekeeping, just pulling down some level or pushing up some level. But literally in every single one of these, it is just the Slate VCC. Now, since the Scheps Omni Channel is so versatile, what I thought would be cool is to just show you sort of what and how it can replace things, as we're going over the features. So I'm going to hit play. Just keep in mind, nothing is mixed. Everything is just roughed in, static mix, faders up. We're going to listen to this verse, okay? So we're going to focus on the lead vocal here, and then I'll show you what we're sort of going to replace and how the Scheps Omni Channel can almost take away 5 or 6 plugins from your chain and just use one plugin. Let's take a listen.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but mama raised me better. So blessed, and I'ma do the same till my seed got his own nest. And it's destiny when the question be, why me? Set it free, let the reason be. Bigger than thee, bigger than we. Ha! Don't forget small axe, big tree. And cut it down without a...
All right, so you guys get the flavor of it right there. So here's what I had originally done. I had put a bunch of stuff on it. If we take a look at the Scheps, you're going to see that we have a bunch of different modules in here. So I'm going to put this over here. We'll leave this up. And so it's got a preamp section, okay, built in. Again, think of this as like a 500 series, modules kind of thrown in here. We've got a preamp. We've got, in addition, filters underneath the preamp. There's a gate and an expander. There's 2 de-essers. We have an EQ section, and then there's 3 compressors over here in the compressor section. Now, I'll show you what this little insert section over here is in a few minutes. This is kind of what makes this really special. We also have a limiter over here, okay? So it's essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 plugins in one unit. So if I show you sort of my idea here was to emulate sort of a channel strip. So like, okay, the Sound Toys Radiator, love this, emulates the Altec Lansing 1567A. So you could think of this sort of as a tube pre. All right, then we hit it with a little bit of EQ on the Fab filter, then a little bit of 1176, serial compression into the LA2A, a little bit of de-essing with the Fab Filter Pro DS. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 plugins in the chain. And essentially what I want to show you here is how we can take one plugin in the form of the Scheps Omni Channel and almost get it to be quite as dialed in. So let's go ahead and bypass these 2 little guys here, and I'll show you what we got. So first, I want to mention that you can maneuver and move all these little modules in any way that you want. So it's almost kind of like Legos. You can kind of mix and match and build it however you see fit. So for example, if you want the compressor first up, all you got to do is you drag it over. You're good to go. Let's say you're like, oh wait, no, you know what? I want the preamp first. Pull it over here, and let's say you want to compress, then EQ. Okay, it's as easy as that. Up here, you've got your metering section. You can monitor the input, the output, and then, of course, the gain reduction. We'll look at the gain reduction when we do a little compressing. I'll leave it till in right now. Over here is our limiter. Very simple. When it's on, it's on. When it's off, it's off. And we've just got a threshold knob, okay? Bare bones, but I like it. You got a phase invert button here. I like that. Every plugin should have a phase flip on it, input and output. And what's cool is, let's go ahead and just reset it real quick. Go full reset. While we're here, just let's mention that you've got a bunch of great presets from some top mixers. Andrew Scheps, Jakir King, you know, Tony Visconti, Yoed Nevo. I'm a huge fan of Andrew. Billy Bush is amazing. I love Jakir King. I mean, they're all great, so you can't really go wrong. But let's zero this out. We'll go full reset. And then what we're going to do here is, you can see that if we hit this little button here, this is going to expand these little modules. Now you can get hands-on and mix them in, you know, in both views. So if you want to tweak it over here, you can easily do that. But if you want to sort of zoom in a little bit, you can come here and you can tweak to your heart's desire. All right. So when everything's lit up, that means it's on. When it is unlit, that means it's off. So let's go through here and let's just sort of clean up this vocal a little bit. Now, I'll leave it soloed, and what I want you to hear is it is a little bit muddy. It's not the best vocal recording you're ever going to hear. Ryan has a very sibilant voice. Whether, you know, you're going through a large diaphragm condenser, a dynamic, whatever you throw on him, he does sound sibilant. So it's a little bit of a battle. And if you could, you know, clean up something with this on a less than optimum vocal performance, you're going to be able to do it on just about anything. All of this stuff is applicable to any other instrument you want to, you know, to use this on. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to let this roll, let you hear it.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the pre here, okay? So we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Saturation, I'm going to push this up a little bit, and then I'm going to start filtering out some of the bottom.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but...
So you can hear it can get pretty gritty there, but we're not going to do that. We're going to pull it back. We're going to just kind of ease it in a little bit.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but...
So we're going to have 3 different slopes here for our filters on the bottom and the top. 6 dB, 12 dB, and 18 dB per octave. All right, so we got a little bit of pushing a little bit of level here into the pre, and then we're filtering to about 140. Super easy to dial that in. I'm going to move the gate here to the back because we're not going to do any gating on his vocal. Again, it's super easy just to move this stuff around. Now, I don't know any way to actually delete one of these modules, so if you're not going to use it, you just sort of have to just leave it alone and not touch it. So we're going to leave it at the back here. Now, the next thing I want to do is we're going to do a little bit of EQing. I'm going to move the compressor over here. So what I want to do is do a little bit of push some level into this tube pre, or into the pre, I should say. Tube would be more akin to an even order harmonic. Tape would be more akin to an odd order. Then we're going to go to the EQ, compress, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with the insert here. This is a really, really sort of neat thing which separates the Scheps Omni Channel, I think, from a lot of other plugins.
And these are little things I never knew of.
So what we have here on the EQ is we've got 4 bands that we can essentially, you know, choose to use in any way that we see fit. On the bottom and on the top, you're going to have P, which stands for parametric. You're going to have a low shelf, and then you're going to have a tilt EQ, okay, which is this guy right here. Same thing on the top, parametric, high shelf, high tilt, and on the bottom it would just be a low shelf and a low tilt. But I'm probably going to use the parametric on all of them because I really want to dial in some nuance. But what we can do in these 2 mid bands here is we can use a high Q or a broad Q, as you can see by these little icons right here, all right?
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but mama raised me better. So blessed, and I'ma do the same till my seed got his own nest. And it's destiny when the question be, why me? Set it free, let the reason be. Bigger than thee, bigger than we. Ha, don't forget small axe, big tree. And cut it down without a frown or regret. and at the same time with love and respect. Study yourself until it's well known. Dwell in the temple of mind and soul. And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but mama raised me better. So blessed, and I'ma do the same till my seed got his own nest. And it's destiny when the question be, why me? Set it free, let the reason be. Bigger than thee, bigger than we. Ha.
Okay, so you can hear how we're really cleaning it up there. We're taking out a lot of that mud, a lot of that low end. I'm going to let the high band hang out here for a second. I don't know if I want to push any top end or cut anything else, but that's what's easy about this. We just minimize it. We can come back here very, very easily. Let's move on to some compression.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but mama raised me better. So blessed, and I'ma do the same till my seed got his own nest. And it's destiny when the question be, why me? Set it free, let the reason be. Bigger than thee, bigger than we. Ha! Don't forget small axe, big tree.
Okay, so if we look at the compressor section here, you're going to see we have 3 different compressors in here. We can use a VCA style, a FET compressor, or an optical compressor. So VCA, thinking SSL, FET, thinking 1176, optical, think LA2A, or something of the like, all right? Now, I know there's others besides those, but those are sort of the most common ones you think. You've got a fully built-in sidechain over here, and what's cool is you can dial in the sidechain to any of these modules. So all I want to do for the first round of compression here, so we're going to go for something like a 4-to-1 ratio, and then like a medium attack, and then a fairly fast release. I'm going to go for around like 100 milliseconds, maybe something like 134 here. We'll see how it sounds. But on all these too, we also have a mix knob. So if you want to really crush something on the channel, you don't have to set up a parallel send and return. You can do all your parallel processing right on here, which is great.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns.
Here's where we're going to switch over to our gain reduction meter just so we can see how much compression we're doing.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but
Okay, so that sounds pretty cool right there. Now here's where we're going to use this great little insert tool. What makes this plugin so unique is if we hit this plus sign right here, you're going to see it says insert, no insert. If we hit the plus, you're going to see plugin list. You're going to see all these categories come up. Now what these are indicative of is all the other Waves plugins that you own and have in your folder. So if you'll see, we got Dynamics. You'll see all the other Waves Dynamics plugins that I have. Same for EQs, reverbs, modulation, so on and so forth. So you could throw in here whatever you want. Now here's where I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to grab the CLA2A, okay, because I want to do a little bit of serial compression. So I'm going to click on that. Now we're going to have this in our own window, and it's fully adjustable here. You can, basically, use it as you would as if it was an insert on, on your track inside of your DAW, but it's not. It's inside of the Scheps Omni Channel. Let's check it out.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but mama raised me better. So blessed, and I'ma do the same till my seed got his own nest. And it's destiny when the question be, why me? Set it free, let the reason be. Bigger than thee, bigger than we. Ha! Don't forget small axe, big tree.
Now what's cool is I just moved it right behind our FET compressor right here. So the idea is I'm going from a FET, like an 1176 style, right into our LA2A, our optical style compressor. So that's very cool. Now we're going to get our DS on a little bit here. What happens is I like to DS towards the end because especially if you're boosting some high end or if we're doing some compression is going to bring out a lot of that vocal articulation, especially sibilance. So for me, having 2 DSers right after these is brilliant. So if we pop this guy open here, you're going to see we've got 2 de-essers. And what's so cool about this is you can actually change the curve in which you're going to de-ess, all right? So you can see we've got low shelf, high shelf, and 2 different mid bands on both. So we can attack 2 different frequencies and de-ess sort of 2 different areas, and if we're hearing sibilance in 2 places. Let's check it out.
And these are little things I never knew of.
If we solo it, you're going to hear we have a little sort of audition button right here.
And I'ma do the same till my seed got his own nest, and it's destiny.
So what we're doing right here is we have a high shelf that's going to sort of kind of move in a downward motion if you were to see it, like on an interface, and we have this set to something around 8.5K. All right, so then here I could come with the mid band, then I could focus in on this is a wider mid band right here, and this is a narrower band. So we're narrowing the Q or the bell or whatever you want to call it. It's just brilliant. I love it. Let's do it in context.
And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my... Things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but mama raised me better. So blessed, and I'ma do the same till my seed got his own nest. And it's destiny. When the question be, why me? Set it free, let the reason be. Bigger than thee, bigger than we. Ha! Don't forget small axe, big tree. And cut it down without a frown or regret. And at the same time with love and respect. Study yourself until it's well known. Dwell in the temple of mind and soul. And these are little things I never knew of. My purpose in life and a true love. A couple wrong turns, yeah, I screwed up. Then I start to learn my inner self. Life came quick, throwing tests on my desk. Wanted to run, yeah, I confess, but mama raised me better. So blessed, and I'ma do the same till my seed got his own nest. And it's destiny. When the question be, why me? Set it free, let the reason be. Bigger than thee, bigger than we. Ha! Don't forget small axe, big tree. And cut it down without a frown or regret. And at the same time with love and respect. Study yourself until it's well known. Dwell in the temple of mind and soul.
All right, guys, so there you have a pretty quick rundown of the Scheps Omni Channel. We went through all the features here. I don't have the limiter on just because we don't need to limit anything, but we've gone through all of the different features. I mean, it's very straightforward. If you've ever used a channel strip before, if you've ever used, an EQ or a compressor de-esser, we didn't take a peek at the gate, but I assure you this is all your standard gating features on it, your attack, your release, your threshold, your noise floor, okay? And you've got a side chain built in. Same thing, you can choose to use it as an expander if you wish. So guys, look, this has everything in it, and for the price point, I think it's like $49 right now on sale. I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you need a good channel strip, I highly implore y'all to check it out. All right, guys, so that's it for me. As always, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit that little bell next to the subscribe, so that way you can stay in the loop as to whenever I put up new content. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.